So, why is everyone wearing the Kenyan bracelet? Kenyans and foreigners. Okay, so if you ever traveled to Nairobi, chilled on the coast, or scrolled through TikTok for even 5 minutes, you've seen it. The Kenyan bracelet. They've got beads, color patterns, sometimes a Kenyan flag, sometimes Maasai patterns, sometimes your name stitched in tiny glass dots. So today we're answering one question: why? Why? Why is that everyone, Kenyans and foreigners, are wearing these bracelets right now? And quick promise, by the end of this video, you'll know what the colors mean, how the bracelets are made, and why they exploded globally, and how to tell a fair trade piece from a mass-produced knockoff. Okay? Nobody likes a cheap knockoff, right? So, when a bracelet is respectful, okay, it's appreciation versus lazy appropriation, and the best way to buy one without getting played. So let's go, okay? And welcome to my channel. I am Expat D, okay? So first, what are we even talking about, right? Like the Kenyan bracelet. So is it an umbrella phase? Okay, it can mean a Maasai style beaded band, a leather and bead cuff, a Kenyan flag bracelet, a Swahili bracelet, or a coastal shell and bead mix. So the most iconic is Maasai beadwork. Tiny glass beads, hand stitched in bold colors into leather or wile. But Kenya isn't one aesthetic bracelet vary by region, community, and purpose. I want you guys to let me know, you experts, what type is this? What type of bracelet? Let me know in the comment section. What type of bracelet is this? Ooh, is this pretty, huh? Ooh, is this nice? But what type of, tell me, those that are experts, let me know about this bracelet. Let me know what you know. All right, so let's look at roots. So before TikTok, in airport souvenir shops, beadwork in East Africa carried meaning, okay? Age sets, marital status, family celebration, mourning, alliance. Beads replaced earlier materials like seeds, bone, and metal as trade routes brought glass. So over time, color codes, excuse me, over time, color codes became language. You were just wearing a bracelet, okay? You weren't just wearing a bracelet, you were wearing a message. Message. Okay, color meanings. You'll hear most often. Red, that's the struggle and strength of life. Courage for some, the cattle and the bloodshed protecting them. White, okay, that means peace, purity, milk, nourishment, okay? Black, that means the people, identity, groundedness. Okay, if it was green, this means land, abundance, growth. If it's blue, we're talking sky, water, life. If it is yellow or orange, this is hospitality, warmth, the sun. Okay, these meanings shift slightly by community, but the theme is constant. Colors are not random. So when foreigners buy a cool pattern, just kind of like I did, okay, Kenyans often see a story. So guys, let me know in the comment section, what story are you saying? What story is this telling? I see some yellow, I see some black, I see some blue. Yeah, what story is this? Okay, let's look at how it's made. Because this is where the love lives. A typical leather back bracelet starts with cutting a strip of cowhide, smoothing the edges, punching holes, and stitching a canvas for beadwork. So beads are strung on strong thread, then sewn in tight rows, pattern by pattern. The rhythm is it's like meditative, like you're meditating, right? Okay, a single bracelet can take hours, more if a design spells names or flags. So when you pick up a real one, right, not those fake ones, a real one, it feels dense, even for the size. The beads, okay, they sit flush. The stitching is discipline. It's art. It's not just assembly. It's art. So why is everyone wearing them now? Let's stack the reasons. Why did this become so popular? So reason number one is identity, simplified. Okay, for Kenyans, the bracelet is a quiet passport. You're in Dubai, London, Atlanta, someone spots the colors and nods. They give you this nod, right? We used to do that. Black American used to do that, but now people don't nod back anymore. Wah, wah, wah. Okay? Now, when you look at Diaspora families, they pass them to kids as a low-pressure way to wear Kenya at school or work without a big speech. Identity becomes wearable, daily, and positive. Okay? Reason two is gifting culture. In Kenya, okay, gifts don't need an occasion. Small, practical, meaningful, that's the sweet spot. Okay, a bracelet checks all three. Okay, you can buy 10 different styles at the market. Personalize names, choose school colors, or celebrate a milestone. Okay, visitors see how common it is to give bracelets, copy the habit, and suddenly the trend hops the borders. Okay, and look at reason number three, you got tourism. Tourism meets storytelling. Safari travelers want something better than a fridge magnet. Okay, a beaded bracelet is light, durable, and instantly conversational. Yeah. Yeah, so this is a good conversation back home. So where people will ask you, like, where is that from? Okay, it opens doors to a story about Kenya beyond the stereotypes. Okay, when souvenirs bridge storytelling, they spread. Okay, reason four, athletes in music. Kenyan distant runners show flag colors on the podium. DJs, the coast stacks beaded cuffs with rope and shells. When in music videos, okay, and they race highlights, okay, race highlights show these stacks. The visual language of Kenya becomes recognizable, even if you don't know the vocabulary. Okay, reason five is fashion's global loop. Okay, festival, streetwear, and travel content rewards bold layered wrist, beads stacked. Okay, with photographs well. Okay, you can mix them with watches, metal cuffs, or friendship bands. Okay, algorithms love color and repetition. Beadwork provides both. Reason six, you have social impact shopping. Okay, many artisans are women supporting households through beadwork. Okay, buyers, okay, Kenyans and foreigners like the idea that the bracelet is not just cute, it's income for crafts women. Okay, enter co-op. When a purchase feels ethical, becomes shareable, shareable becomes trend. And you got reason number seven is customization. Okay, you can put your name on it, your kid's name, Nairobi, Mombasa, Kenya, your football club, your flag combo, Kenya plus the US, Kenya plus the UK, Kenya plus Jamaica. You got this personalization, okay, to boost attachment. Okay, people keeps what's made for them. And reason 8, price points for everyone. There's a spectrum from simple elastic strands to intricate leather cuffs. A casual buyer and spend a few dollars, a collector can commission a piece. Trends explode when there's no gatekeeping price. Then you got reason number 9. Okay, it's a minimum maintenance. Okay, there's no battery, no tarnish. You can shower with many of them. Ask the vendor about dye and leather. You can stack 3 and forget them. Okay, it's the opposite of precious. It's low drama, high impact. Then you got reason 10. It's a conversation starter. It's actually warm in a divided world. Okay, it's simple, joyful. Symbol wins. I remember when I was in the grocery store, I had one of these on, and the woman behind the register, she said, "Oh," she thought I was Kenyan. So we started a whole conversation about Kenya and the music and style and stuff like that. And that was the first time anyone's really had a real conversation with me in that grocery store, right? That's so cool. All because of this bracelet. But let's be honest. We got to keep it real. Not all Kenyan bracelets are equal. There's a difference between artisan made and mass produced. How to spot the real one from the lazy one. So here's one. Look at the stitching. You have authentic bead rows. Okay, they're tight and even. If you see glue, blobs, crooked lines, or plastic backing, that's a red flag. Okay. Number 2, weight and feel. Real glass beads feel cool and heavier than plastic. Check 3, look at the edges. Leather edges should be smooth, not shedding. Look at check 4, pattern and tension. Kenyan flag colors are precise. Sloppy shades are common in knockoffs. Check 5, okay? Real vendors can tell you who made it, where, and how long it looked. Don't tell me if mine is fake, though. I don't know. I got mine as a gift. Don't tell me, even if I feel like mine is real. Don't tell me if mine is fake. We know it's real, okay? Because nobody would gift me a fake. Nobody does that, not to me. All right, let's talk fair pricing. Haggling is common, but a good rule. Bargain with respect. If a seller starts out with a touristy number, just counter fairly. If the piece has names, detailed flags, or thick beadwork, it should cost more. Okay, cheap undercuts the very people whose culture you admire. So the win is a price point that you both can smile about. Okay, and then look at cultural appreciation versus appropriation. This matters. Okay, appreciation looks like buying directly from Kenyan artisans or verified collectives. Learning the meaning of the colors, wearing it with respect, being open to questions and giving credit. Appropriation looks like slapping Maasai style patterns on a mass market lines without credit or royalties, claiming meanings, okay, that aren't yours, or using traditional regalia as costume. Okay, bracelets travel well across cultures because they're not restricted regalia, but the line is respect. Okay, then you got names and flags. Quick etiquette. If you're not Kenyan but love the flag bracelet, you can wear it, but people do it all the time as a love letter to a place. If you wear a community-specific ceremonial design, that's different. Okay, ask first. And if you get your name in beads in Swahili script or Latin letters, consider adding a small asante or Kenya piece to signal the origin when people ask. Okay, and where do Kenyans buy? Okay, by the way, it isn't always where tourists buy. You go to local markets, roadside, fundies, church fairs, school events, even mobile vendors weaving on the spot. There's everyday beadwork, and then there's heirloom level work for weddings or age set ceremonies that never hits the tourist stall. So the bracelet trend is a public tip of a deep craft iceberg. Okay, so Why do foreigners love the flag version in particular? So in direct, black, red, green, white. Even if you don't know the deeper meanings, the pattern is instantly Kenya. For diaspora, it's a heartbeat on the wrist. For visitors, it's a promise to return. So let's address trends versus tradition. Some purists worry fashion dilutes meaning, but many artisans lean into both, keeping traditional technique while traveling patterns for modern buyers. So Kenya isn't a museum price, Kenya isn't a museum piece, it's a river. The bracelet trend didn't replace tradition, it gave artisans a bigger audience to fund it. So how to build a stack that actually looks good, anchor piece, one solid leather back bracelet, flag or bold pattern. You got texture, add a slimmer beaded wire bangle. Okay, you got the accent toss. You want the accent toss in a shell or wooden bead for warmth. If you want it more personal, add your name or city. The rule of 3 or 5, odd numbers read better visually. So color strategy, you want to repeat one color across 2 pieces so the stack feels intentional, okay? When you talk about gifting, for family names, school colors, or in a set of everyone's size. For colleagues, Kenyan flag minis, no sizing drama. For kids, elastic bead strands, let them pick colors. And for your host family, a matching pair with their surname, that'll get you an instant smile. So care tips, if the leather is backed, avoid soaking, pat dry after you sweat or it gets in the rain. Have dye transfer, just seal the edges with neutral leather conditioner. Elastic strands eventually stretch. So ask for strong cord or wire if you want maximum life, okay? Store flat, don't crush under heavy items. So what about men versus women? Beadwork in Kenya is for everyone, right? So men often go for thicker cuffs or flag bands. Women mix fine beadwork with shell or brass. Foreigners mirror what they see locally. There's no rules beyond balance and respect. We look at counterfeits though, in factories. Okay, why does this matter? So when big factories copied Kenyan patterns without hiring Kenyan artisans, the price race goes to the bottom. Okay, buyers think bracelets are cheap, artisans lose orders, and the craft hollows out. If you want the trend to stay beautiful, vote with your wallet and ask who made it. Okay, and the deeper reason everyone wears them is joy you can afford. In a world of headlines and hot takes, a bead bracelet is human scale. It says, I was there. I care about this place. I would craft. I value craft, and I want color in my day. Okay, trends, they come and go, but that feeling sticks. So here's a quick checklist, okay, to end this thing. Learn the color meanings. Choose one artisan piece you actually wear. Add one personal piece, name, city, or phrase. Buy from people who can tell you the story. Okay, gift one forward. Tell the story when you do. And that's how a trend becomes a bridge, not just an accessory. So it's your turn. If you wear a Kenyan bracelet, what does it mean to you? Identity, travel memory, okay, support for artisans. Drop a comment where you got yours and any vendor you recommend. If you're Kenyan, add the color meaning from your community or your favorite plug. Help the family shop right, okay? Well, if this helped, hit the subscribe button, okay? I've got guides on shopping in Kenya, Nairobi versus the coast, and how to build a respectful souvenir kit that actually gets used. Okay, see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. I'm Expat D. Okay, and I'm gonna end it here. We're closed in on 2,000 subscribers, you guys. We're building this community. Let's make this thing grow. All right, and I'm gonna end it here. Peace and I'm out. Okay, Expat D signing off.